Hey guys, I'm Tom the Tech Chap, and you may have seen in the title of my unboxing video that this is my new phone. And it's true, I've switched. The Huawei Mate 20 Pro is my new everyday phone, my daily driver if you will. And I wanted to share with you guys the 4 big reasons why I've switched and a few other little things I really like about it. If YouTube just isn't giving you enough Tech Chap, then head on over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at the Tech Chap for loads of extra and behind the scenes content. The first reason is that screen. It's beautiful. I've actually found myself leaving my tablet at home and using the Mate 20 Pro to watch YouTube videos, Netflix movies, and play games on. It's got a big screen, 6.39 inches to be exact, but with a taller 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, so it doesn't feel too wide or uncomfortable in the hand. It uses an AMOLED panel, so you get really vibrant colors and deep blacks because you're getting essentially infinite contrast because it's an OLED panel. And then once you add the Quad HD Plus resolution, which means we're looking at a sharpness of 538 pixels per inch, and support for high dynamic range, well, it just ticks all the boxes. And while not everyone is a fan of notches, even though it does help the Mate 20 Pro reach a ridiculous 87.9% screen to body ratio, you can always hide it in the settings if you prefer. And considering you get 128 gigs of built-in storage plus support for Huawei's interesting and brand new nano memory cards that you can expand it with even further, I'll just download a whole bunch of Netflix shows onto the phone and I'm good to go. A headphone jack would have been nice, but really this is just the way phones are going. And once you do invest in a good pair of Bluetooth or even just USB-C headphones, then it's not really a problem. Plus they do bundle in the box a 3.5mm to USB-C adapter, so you can still use your current wired headphones. While we are talking about the screen, it is worth mentioning that Huawei have actually built in an in-screen fingerprint reader. You can see that there's nothing on the back here. You do also get face unlock, 3D face unlock through the cameras on the notch, but you can now use your finger to unlock the screen. It actually works really well. Now the second reason I've switched to this phone is because it's actually just really nice to use. Inside we've got Huawei's new Kirin 980 processor and 6 gigs of RAM. And so as you'd expect, even the most graphically intensive games like Asphalt 9 run flawlessly. And you can always turn on performance mode if you want to get the best frame rate possible. If you've used a Huawei phone in the last couple of years, it'll still feel pretty familiar to you, but Android 9 and Huawei's Emotion UI 9.0 skin on top does make it feel faster and more responsive. I also really like that you get the Google News feed if you swipe right from the home screen, and because it's running Android 9, there's also gesture support. So you can actually get rid of the Android keys on the nav bar entirely, giving you even more of that huge screen to play with. I do find that sometimes Huawei's animations can feel just a little bit long and therefore makes it feel not as fast as it could be. So to speed things up a little bit, I would recommend just jumping into the developer options and then reducing the animation scale times to half speed. And then everything just feels a little bit nippier. My third reason for switching is because of this, the camera. Well, cameras. You get 3 lenses on the Mate 20 Pro. Huawei have swapped out the monochrome lens that you got with the Mate 10 Pro and the P20 Pro with an ultra wide angle lens. So now we have a 40 megapixel main lens, an 8 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 20 megapixel ultra wide lens. So on paper that sounds pretty impressive, but in practice really my favorite feature about the camera is the AI and how it automatically adjusts the scene and the focus based on what you're looking at. You can see in real time what it's automatically focusing on, and it'll detect different scenes like landscapes, blue skies, greenery, and even portraits. If you point the camera at someone, it'll automatically put you in portrait mode to give you a really nice bokeh effect. So it's just really easy to take good photos. And of course you can tap that little 1x icon to zoom in by 3x using the telephoto lens, or 5x with the hybrid zoom. Tap it again and it'll pull you right back out to 0.6x thanks to that ultra wide angle lens. Which actually I found way more useful than I thought it would be. That slight fisheye look and the fact that you get so much more in the scene just makes your photos look way more interesting. So it's a great point and shoot camera, but you can of course always just swipe to portrait, aperture, or pro modes if you want to tinker with the settings yourself. And on the front you get a 24 megapixel selfie camera. I'm also happy to report that 4K video is now super smooth. The P20 Pro lacked stabilization at 4K, so that's actually a really useful upgrade. And you can even now shoot in 18:9 ultra wide if you want that more cinematic look. I said this in my unboxing, and it's still true, that I just don't think there's any other phone that offers the same versatility and also quality of camera setup than the Mate 20 Pro here. And for me, it is absolutely one of the biggest selling points of the phone. As is the battery life, which is my fourth reason for switching. It's incredible. The 4200 mAh cell leaves me with between 40 and 45% of my battery left at the end of a normal working day. And that's with a fair bit of Spotify, YouTube, Chrome, and lots of WhatsApp. It's absolutely possible for you to get 2 full days out of this if you need to. But it gets better because when you do then finally charge it, the 40-watt supercharger that you get bundled with the phone is just incredibly fast. 0 to 70% charging in just half an hour. Plus, it also supports 15-watt wireless charging, which is about twice as fast as pretty much all other wireless charging phones out there, and something that you'll definitely want to show your mates if they're asking about your fancy new phone, it supports reverse wireless charging. Enable it in the settings, find another phone that supports Qi wireless charging, and then just put the Mate 20 Pro on top of it. So you can actually top up your friend's phone's battery. It's not the fastest, but if you're short on plugs or cables, you could always get your Mate 20 Pro charging and then just put another phone on top, and then you'll end up with 2 fully charged phones. So for me, it's because of that big, beautiful screen, how nice it is actually just to use, the triple lens camera setup, and the battery life, which is why I've switched to the Mate 20 Pro and I'm using it as my daily driver. And also, it's just a really good looking phone as well, especially in this pearlescent twilight color. The Mate 20 Pro will cost you £899 here in the UK. Although there is a promotion on, if you pre-order the Mate 20 Pro before the 26th of October, you'll get a free Huawei Watch GT and a wireless charger that are worth £259. What do you think though? Would you consider buying it, and what would be your main reason for switching? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video and you want to see more of me rambling on about phones and technology, then make sure you click that like and subscribe button below, and also tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time right here on the Tech Chat.